In this blooming motorsports industry, F1 racing has its place at the pinnacle of motorsport technology, where engine advancements play a major role in sports. Do you know about the evolution of F1 engines from the beginning? How are the Formula One cars categorized according to their engines? And what are the leading engine manufacturers? If you are thinking the same, don't go anywhere. In today's video, we will talk about all those concerns. Let's first talk about the concept of F1 engines before jumping into the significant advancements in F1 power units from time to time, from a journey of V10 engines to V8 engines and currently V6 turbo hybrid engines from a few years ago. An F1 engine is a complicated piece of machinery that is developed to give the greatest amount of power while still being as lightweight and compact as possible. Turbochargers often increase the power output of these engines, and the engines themselves are typically configured as V6 engines with a displacement of 1.6 liters. The engines used in Formula One cars are extremely potent, delivering up to 20,000 revolutions per minute (RPM) and generating approximately 1,000 horsepower. To put this into perspective, the maximum allowable speed for most road vehicles is approximately 6,000 revolutions per minute. These engines differ from each other in their layouts. If we talk about the layout of an F1 engine, it is based on a V6 turbocharged engine layout. This layout utilizes a single turbocharger to increase the air intake pressure and drive more air into the engine, which results in increased power output. The turbocharger uses the exhaust gases to spin a turbine, which then powers a compressor, which forces additional air into the engine. In addition to their amazing power, Formula One engines are renowned for their remarkable efficiency. They are able to convert almost 50% of the energy contained in the gasoline into usable power, in contrast to the average automobile engine, which converts only about 20% of the fuel's energy into usable power. This efficiency is accomplished through the utilization of innovative engineering and material technologies, as well as turbocharging and hybrid technology. Hybrid technology is one of the most distinctive characteristics of Formula One engines. Formula One cars employ a hybrid engine with a conventional internal combustion engine and an electric motor. The kinetic energy created while the vehicle is stopped is used to charge the battery pack, which in turn powers the electric motor. This innovation is known as KERS, which stands for Kinetic Energy Recovery System. It is implemented in vehicles to improve their performance when accelerating. In addition to their configuration as V6 turbocharged engines, Formula One cars have cutting-edge hybrid powertrains that improve the engine's power output by drawing on the energy of an electric motor. The hybrid system incorporates not one, but two electric motors, one of which recovers energy from the vehicle's exhaust, while the other recovers energy from the vehicle's braking. This captured energy is then stored in a battery, from which it may be used to power the electric motor, which provides an additional boost of power to the engine. In light of this, the next section will compare the three different types of engines, focusing on the most critical aspects of each, including its performance qualities and the influence it has had on the sport. If we're talking about when evolution first began, the V10 period in Formula One took place from the late 1990s through the middle of the 2000s. These engines were famous for the raw power they produced and the high revs they could achieve. The V10 engines typically displaced 3.0 liters, generated ear-shattering exhaust notes, and raced up to 20,000 revolutions per minute. Guys, here, the F1 nicely focuses on hybrid technology with multiple advantages. They relied on only the most basic hybrid technology, so their attention was completely directed toward pulling the maximum performance out of the internal combustion engine. Straight-line acceleration from the V10 power units was absolutely blazing, which enabled vehicles to achieve extraordinary top speeds. But were you aware of the factors that most strongly motivate them to advance their technological capabilities? Indeed, despite the fact that these engines were well known for their fast throttle response, the exciting noise they produced, along with their high fuel consumption and pollutants, became a cause for concern as the need for environmentally friendly technologies increased. Then there is the subsequent phase of innovation, which began in 2006 when Formula One switched to V8 engines, signifying a substantial shift in the construction of the engines. These motors displaced 2.4 liters and represented an attempt to balance power and fuel economy. The goal of the FIA to save cost and to make Formula One more sustainable was the primary motivation for the switch to V8 engines. Some of the qualities that distinguished its V10 forebears, such as high revving capabilities and outstanding power outputs, were carried over to the V8 generation of power units. However, compared to the V10 engines, the V8 engines produced a less piercing engine note, which altered the fans' auditory experience while on the track. The engines are then hybridized to produce more power-sustainable units, and as a result, the V6 turbo hybrid era started in 2014 with the introduction of more environmentally friendly power units. These engines have a V6 displacement of 1.6 liters and are turbocharged. They also use hybrid technology, which makes use of energy recovery systems, so ERS, to improve both performance and fuel economy. A number of shifts occurred due to the utilization of hybrid technology and turbochargers. Compared to their predecessors, these engines are smaller, more lightweight, and generate far less exhaust noise. The Energy Recovery System, ERS, which is comprised of a Heat Energy Recovery System, MGUH, and a Kinetic Energy Recovery System, MGUK, enables the regeneration and deployment of energy, which, in turn, leads to an increase in power output and an improvement in fuel efficiency. V6 turbo hybrid power units place an emphasis on the integration of electric motors and battery systems. This allows drivers to tactically utilize hybrid power during the race by delivering an electric boost during acceleration. This has ushered in a new era of tactical racing, which places a premium on the careful use of energy resources. The V6 turbo hybrid engines emphasize overall efficiency and sustainability, which aligns with the FIA's push for greener technology in Formula One. Despite this, they can still contribute to exceptional speed out on the track. Significant advancements in engine technology have been made possible due to Formula One's switch from V10 to V8 and then to V6 turbo hybrid power units. In the power unit structure, the V10 engines provided unbridled power and exciting performance, whilst the V8 engines established a compromise between the amount of power they produced and the amount of fuel they used. The present generation of V6 turbo hybrid engines emphasizes sustainability. It exhibits the integration of electric motors and energy recovery systems with the purpose of enhancing performance while simultaneously reducing their negative effects on the environment. Each period is characterized by its own particular qualities, and Formula One is constantly progressing toward a more environmentally conscious and technologically advanced future. You are still left to the question of when a new set of engine regulations will be implemented. In point of fact, a new set of engine restrictions will be implemented in 2026, with the pressure for sustainability still being great. It will be intriguing to see how the sport adjusts to this new era, with manufacturers such as Audi and Ford joining the likes of Mercedes, Ferrari, and Honda in the mix. But after, do you guys think who provides the engine to whom? Let me reveal this swapping of engines also. Contractual arrangement exists between the F1 engine manufacturers and the teams using their products. The duration of these contracts is normally measured in years and typically includes allowances for engine development and support. After that, the teams put these engines inside the vehicles they use to compete in races. The Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team, the Aston Martin Racing Formula One team, and Williams Racing all use engines that Mercedes-Benz manufactured. Scuderia Ferrari Mission Winnow and Alfa Romeo Racing Orlen both use engines that were manufactured by Ferrari. Both Red Bull Racing and Scuderia AlphaTauri use engines manufactured by Honda. Renault's engines power Alpine F1 team and a McLaren F1 team. In simple, Formula One engines are vital to an F1 car's performance. These engines are developed to generate the most power possible while maintaining a lightweight and compact design. The four companies who build the engines for Formula One races, Mercedes-Benz, Ferrari, Honda, and Renault, are all household names in motorsport and are responsible for creating some of the most successful engines in the annals of F1 competition. So the concept of F1 engines has evolved from the 1990s to continuing with engine swappings from V10 to hybrid technology, proving them more efficient in advanced engine technology. Do you think these engine technologies beat the motorsports in the following years? Do you have any expectations or comments? Share your views in the comments and subscribe to the channel to watch what's even juicier coming next video.